Hi and welcome, everyone. You're watching another TBC 24/7 live broadcast on Accepting Abundance. My name is Paul, and this is episode 91, and today's date is July 13th, 2018. First thing I want to do is make sure you guys can hear me and see what I sound like. I'm using a different speaker system. It's supposed to drown out background noise really well, but I can't hear myself at all. It's supposed to drown out background noise really well. I can't hear myself at all. All right, hang on. Okay, that should have helped. Let me make sure. No, that still didn't help. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, Serens. Hi, Jessica. Welcome, Christina. You guys hear me okay? Hi, Serens. Hi, Jessica. Welcome, Christina. Yes, you can. Thank you so much, Jessica. Okay. Since these are new speaker systems, I wasn't sure because I couldn't hear myself anymore. Okay. Great. Thank you, thank you. Okay. All right, so let's talk about TBC and the billion coin. The billion coin is a cryptocurrency that came out 2 years ago, and it's an abundance-based coin, which means that the price of our coin always goes up and never goes down. It is not to be found on a trading exchange or the market. And as we are the only abundance-based cryptocurrency that has decided not to be traded on a market. And the reason is because we have a mission with our coins. When you have a mission that you want to accomplish, you have to have some control of the coin in order to accomplish the mission. Our mission is to eliminate global financial poverty. And so in order to do that, we have to be able to distribute our wealth that's in our coin throughout the entire world, okay, on a fairly even balance. So obviously, if we just threw our coin like everybody onto a trade, then anybody out there, especially the already wealthy, the very, very wealthy, who see cryptocurrency as a threat to their system, we're talking about the central bankers, they can buy it up. They can buy all they want and raise the price up, and then they can sell when they feel like it and dump. It's a pump and dump system. All the markets are that way because they all belong and were created by the central bankers. Okay, so we have to stay outside of that in order to accomplish our mission. So how do we do that? We have this decentralized blockchain platform that we started out on the original blockchain platform that Satoshi Nakamoto built for Bitcoin back in 2009. And he also created the blockchain technology, right, to base his ledger on for the Bitcoin. So we had that just like many, many other coins that came out after Bitcoin. We're using that same platform. And then as technology doubles every 18 months, people started building better and faster blockchains. So we built a brand new one this last 8 months. And we have increased the transaction speed of our coin from what we were doing, which is about 7 transactions per second, which is what Bitcoin still does. But because Bitcoin is being traded, it's the #1 traded coin on the market. Every trade is a transaction. So it got a bit slowed down in the system. And they had to create a fork, what they call a fork, and create a new coin called Bitcoin Cash. And that raised the transactions. Well, with Bitcoin Cash, they could transact 130 transactions per second instead of 7. So it really, really helped them. Okay. But meanwhile, if you want a world economy, which is what we're after, then you need to be able to transact as fast as Visa and MasterCard, who are all over the world. And they're not on a blockchain, right? It's just electricity, digital money going through servers. It's almost instant. And they're averaging 2,000 transactions per second, and they get up to 6,000, supposedly around Christmas time. But right now, with the Earth population and what's going on, they're averaging around 2,000 per second. And they can get up to 50,000 per second, okay? Because they're not on a blockchain. But we won't ever see that. Well, at least those of us living. But the point is, we need a cryptocurrency that can do those kinds of transactions. And so we built that blockchain platform because the technology is here now. Okay, so even Ripple, which is another coin, it's not a crypto coin, it's an open source coin. And it's from the banking system. The central bankers thought they'd create this Ripple coin and get people to use it because they're so afraid that if people continue to use real cryptocurrencies, that their system's not going to be needed anymore and they're going to lose their power. Okay, so Ripple can do 1,500 per second transactions per second because they're not on a blockchain. And they could, if they want to, build a new blockchain and put it on there, but they haven't bothered to do it. It's from its beginning, it's always been an open source coin, which is fine, but you know, it is. Well, there was an article yesterday or the day before where they were already in trouble for manipulating their Ripple coin. It's, you know, they can't help themselves. That's what they do with their monetary system, the Federal Reserve note / US dollar. Okay, so we are doing with our new blockchain platform between 2,000 and 3,000 transactions a second. Okay, so we're right there with Visa and MasterCard. And that's the whole point. Okay, because we are achieving a world economy just on our coin. Okay, and our coin is called the Billion coin, but a piece of or a division of one of our coins are called Kringles or Kringle coins. Just like pieces of Bitcoin, one Bitcoin, pieces of it, a division, and it could be divided. One coin could be divided by 100 million. They're called Satoshis after the guy who created it, Satoshi Nakamoto. So they're called Satoshi coins. So we've got our Kringle coins because we do have the most expensive coin on the market. It's not on the market. I meant in the world, okay, in the cryptocurrency field, community. Okay, and why is that? Okay, well, since we didn't and never intended, excuse me, to go on a market and to use that as a way to increase the value, besides, you know, supply and demand, which Bitcoin has because they only are creating 21 million coins. Okay. And in a world of 7.6 billion people, it's not enough to eliminate global poverty. It's also on a market where it can be manipulated and the wealthy will eventually end up with all the Bitcoin. But it did help because it was the first coin to keep it at a low amount. Okay, so it did help. And that's just common sense, because if you've got a low amount, then that supply and demand is going to be more in the beginning. Oh, there's only 21 million coins being made. Okay, well, let me get mine. So these things all, Satoshi Nakamoto took into consideration when he built his coin. Very smart individual, whoever he is. Okay, but our team of creators, again, are as smart as they get. There's a lot of smart people out there, right? So anyway, we have these. The reason, what makes our coin valuable is we built our coin on an algorithm, like a formula. And how this formula works is it bases the value of our coin on you and I, human beings. Okay? So every time a person, a human being, whether they're a day-old child or the oldest person in the world, joins our community, our billion coin community, and we do have a real community. Okay, unlike anything you've ever seen, but definitely unlike all the other cryptocurrencies. Okay, and so every time someone joins, it raises the value of our coin. Just you signing up, and I think it asks you for your name. Well, I know it asks you for your name, and then it says your email address, and it has to be a real email address, because you will in the beginning get 2 emails that you'll need to open and click on confirmation links within those emails that will create a wallet for you and create a back office for you, which is like your own personal website where you can do all kinds of things with it. It's amazing. Okay, so, and then it asks you to make up a username, and what else? Oh, a password. Asks you to make up a password and confirm it, and then what country you're in, and that's it. You do that, and you come aboard and you join our community. It raises the price of our coin by the value of 1 grain of gold at today's gold prices. Today's gold prices is about $2.60 for a grain of gold. So it raises the value of our coin, 1 person, by $2.60. Okay, so if 100 people came in, it would raise the coin up by $260. Just 100 people. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So if 1,000 came in, it would raise it up by 2,600. Each coin would go up $2,600. Okay, if 5,000 came in, it would raise the coin up to $12,000 that day. And we're bringing in thousands every day. Thousands every day are joining. Why? Because it's an abundance-based coin. The price obviously goes up every day and never goes down. It can't. There's no volatility in the value or the price of our coin because it's not being traded. Okay, so it's only going up in value. It can never go down unless the price of gold goes down. And we know that gold isn't all that volatile. If it goes down slowly, and then it goes back up. And from what we've been seeing with gold over the last few decades, it's going to, there's a chance it could go down a little bit, but we see it going up over the next 2 or 3 years. How much? I don't know. But let's just say that our formula, our algorithm is based on the price maxing out, the value of our coin maxing out when we hit our first billion people. Okay, so when we hit our first billion people, that's going to be the maximum price of our coin. So obviously, if the coin is worth $2.60 per individual, or 1 grain of gold, that's going to be 1 billion grains of gold. So the price of 1 coin, if the price of gold is the same in 2 or 3 years from now when we hit our first billion, will be worth $2.6 billion per coin. So if you own just one coin out of those billion coins, you'd be a multi-billionaire. And this is what I want to talk about today. So I don't talk about it enough. If our coin is this expensive right now, just to give you an idea, 2 years ago when we started out with less than 200 stakeholders, and we continued to bring in stakeholders over the months. And then we hit the point where we stopped, and then we were just growing by memberships. People were coming in and buying coins from other members who had enough coins because they were stakeholders that it didn't matter. It didn't bother them to sell coins. They had enough. And of course, the price got raised as the months went on. And by the end of our first year, we had about 100,000 members. So the coin was already worth, more than any other coin in the world. So the next year, which was the year that I got involved last year, in March of 2017, we grew by 30 times. We went from 100,000 to 3 million. And that was during a slow period, technically wise, because we were having problems. We were doing so many peer-to-peer transactions among ourselves, buying things from each other with Kringle coins, that it slowed the system down. But our admin was already expecting that, and they were already working on the new platform. You can call it 2.0. Okay, so even during a slow period, we grew to 3 million. Why? Because the admin, and that's what we call this team of creators, they're anonymous, but they have contact with us every single day through a blog system where they make multiple posts every day, at least one post a day. Sometimes they might skip a day, once in a long while, okay? But we have this fabulous communication amongst all of us, including the admin. Why? Because we need to have it. We are going after a mission to eliminate global poverty. And the only way we're going to do it is if we do it as a community, a whole, right? We need 1 billion like-minded individuals out of 7.6 billion people on the earth to join us in order to spread the wealth out to the other 6.6 billion people and change their lives from scarcity and lack of to abundance, pure abundance. Okay, because there is an unlimited amount of abundance on this earth, in spite of what we've been told, because we've been told lies. Okay, so all right, so where was I? I want to make sure I don't forget anything before I move forward. Oh, okay. So we were at the point where when we first hit our first billion people, that maxes out the price of our coin. It never goes higher. And of course, it never goes lower. And if the price of gold is the same, it would be worth 2.6 billion per coin. Okay, so right now, the coin with 3.3 million people, the coin is worth in US dollars around $8.2 million a coin. So who can buy a coin, right? Not too many people, right? But we need to get those coins in your hands. We've got tons and tons and tons of them, right? If we only have 3 million members, and yes, some of them have many coins, but some of them don't have many coins. And some of them, most of them, don't even have one coin. And so I know what I was talking about. A year ago, admin started to give the coins out, Kringle coins, a certain division, a certain amount, because the prices were going up, right? So he started out with 100,000 Kringles, because again, you can divide a coin up by 100 million. So he started giving out 100,000 Kringles last year, and I believe at that time, that value was less than $20. Okay, but he was giving it away for free. There was no other charge at the time. Okay, he's never charged us until just very recently, and there's a reason why we did that, and I'll explain that. It's extremely important, and it's only $10, by the way. Okay, so we were giving it away free for a whole year, and every 3 months, because the price and the value was going up so much, that then he would come out and say, okay, now I'm going to lower that gift to 50,000 Kringles, and we'll do that for a few months. And then he lowered it to 25,000 Kringles, and it's been that way ever since. And he has told us now that he's going to leave it like that until we hit our first billion members. He's going to continue to give away 25,000 Kringles a day, no matter what the price is. Okay? Right now, the price of 25,000 Kringles that you will get for free is worth $2,100. $2,100, $2,100. We're giving it away free to anybody, any human being in the whole world. Okay? So, because we are on a new blockchain platform, we have had to take all of those 3 million people from the old blockchain platform to the new one and migrate them over. We will be done with that at the end of this month, July 31st, okay? And we are now asking for a $10 a year fee to pay for your back office. And we're going to throw in that wallet for free, and you'll never have any transaction fees. You can transact with Kringles all you want every day and never be charged a single nothing for doing so. Okay? You won't see that on any other coin that I know of. Okay? Because their whole wallet systems are just out there. You can get a new wallet from every exchange you use. You can get a new wallet from just wallet companies that come out and say, hey, I have a really good secure wallet. Come and get your wallet and keep your coins in our wallet, right? That's not what we have done. We have kept control of that wallet in order to control the distribution of our wealth. That is key to everything. That's what makes us an abundance-based coin when there's no other coin an abundance-based at all. What does that really mean? Besides the fact that the price always goes up and never goes down. Well, it means instead of just being an option, like cryptocurrencies is like gold and silver, they're an option to own, to protect your wealth that you have in fiat currency, US dollar, Federal Reserve note, or the euro, right? Or any other country's money that you're in, where the currency is just currency. It's not backed by anything of value. So if the stock market crashes, and we've seen it a number of times in my lifetime, and my mom and my dad, they lived through the big one back in 1929. Of course, they were only 3 years old, but then, they grew up in the 30s. But the point is, excuse me, we know that the stock market can crash. And since 1971, when they took us off the gold standard, and now there's just nothing of value whatsoever in our cash, then it is just, the debt has just been ridiculous. So it has to implode. It cannot go on any further. They know it, and so does Trump and the Patriots. Okay, and so we have to come out with a new cash system backed by gold, which is what countries are returning to. Russia has completely returned to it. China is already doing it with their yuan, and even Venezuela, of all countries, have been forced to do it in order to overcome the sanctions that the central bankers have put on their oil, their ability to sell their oil. The bankers don't care about the people if they starve to death. They could care less about humanity. Okay, so those people starved to death in Venezuela. There was no food on the shelves at the grocery stores. And so their government came out with literally a cryptocurrency and they called it the petro coin. They based it on their oil because that's what they had of value. And the people said, well, wait a second, we can't sell the oil. How can we trust really the value of this coin? So the government, they'll say, said back to the people, and they said, well, we do have our gold back in our country. So if that will make you feel better, we will back our coin, our cryptocurrency coin, in gold. And the people said, okay, right on, let's do it. And now you see changes happening in Venezuela, and other countries are watching them to see if they're going to succeed with this, and they are. So the Palestinians are the next ones that are going to try it, okay? Because I've heard rumors and talks that you know, they're even talking to Venezuela about, okay, how's it working? It's working good. How'd you guys do it exactly? Okay, we're going to do it too. So then every country out there is going to realize that they can create their own coin, and they can back it by gold if they need to give it faith to the people. And then they can take it off the gold if they want to, because it's not fiat currency. If there's a supply and demand and it's on a real blockchain, then it's real money. So it just depends on how they set up their coins. You know, all coins are digital, right? Money's digital. You know, our fiat currency is digital, right? Unless we have cash, paper money. So, okay, so that's enough of that. I get off on these things and then I forget. Okay, so, all right. I want to really talk about this difference of what we are and what we have to offer you. Anybody that's new that's watching this video, you're wondering, okay, Paul, where are you coming? Where are you going with this? What do I need to do? If you're offering abundance and I want to accept that abundance, what do I do? Okay, well, you sign up and you become a member of our community. That's the first thing you do. Information is right there in the description of the video below. So, and it's very simple. It take you 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. If you have to wait a couple of minutes for those emails to show up. But it's really quite fast. I usually hear people saying it's there within a minute or two. Okay, so you confirm those two emails. One will create the wallet, and one will create your back office for Kringle Cash. And when that pops up, after you hit that confirmation link in that particular email, a page will pop up and it will have 10 paragraphs of information. That is our mission statement. It will tell you exactly what you need to know about us and our mission to eliminate global financial poverty. And it will find out by telling you these things if you're like-minded, if you're like us, if you want to eliminate global poverty and hunger and all the other horrible things that are symptoms of poverty. That's what those 10 paragraphs will do. And after you read each paragraph, there'll be a question about what you just read. And it will have two answers that you can pick from. And you'll pick one or the other. One's true and one's false. If you do hit a false, it will tell you, okay, you hit the wrong answer. Go back and read the paragraph again and answer the correct answer. So you can't fail the test. 10 questions, 10 paragraphs. But it will definitely let you know if you are like-minded. We're only looking for 1 billion like-minded individuals out of 7.6 billion people on the earth. We absolutely know there's a billion people like-minded. We absolutely know there's a billion people that are not selfish or not greedy to the point where, you know, they just don't want anything to do with our mission. They don't want the whole world to have abundance. There's a billion people that do. Probably more. Probably 2 billion. But the point is, we only need 1 billion. And so you'll go through that before you spend a dime. Okay, before you spend that $10 I talked about, you'll go through this. And if you go through the 10 questions and you have no problem and you're saying to yourself, this is incredible. This is wonderful. I can't even believe this. Here's my $10, and then you're in. Okay, it's not like these scams that are out there, money making scams on the internet that will give you 3 pages of information to talk you into sending them some money before they'll tell you how to make money on the internet. Okay, that's not what we are. Plus, we're cryptocurrency. Okay, we're not a multi-level marketing company. Okay, so that's what you'll find when you sign up and join our community. You'll either join because you want to really, really bad, so bad that $10 is nothing. And $10 is a fee that the admin decided was low enough that everybody in the world could afford it. No matter, even if they were making minimum wage of $1 to $2 a day, they can come up with $10. And they are, believe me, because we have been in those countries, those developing countries, because those people, like I always say, wake up every day and the first thing they see is the poverty that they're living in. They have phones. These people in all these developing countries, they have phones, cell phones, mobile phones. They know what the world looks like. They don't need a computer. But a lot of them do have computers, okay? Things, that they can basically afford it in those countries. So they know what's out there. What do you think they're thinking? Why is it that our country doesn't look like America, doesn't look like Australia, doesn't look like United Kingdom, doesn't look like Canada, doesn't look like New Zealand? What is the problem here? Why are we living like this? Okay, they're living like that because of the central bankers have come in, as they have done over the decades and centuries all over the world, and purchased the politicians and then own the government and then strip those countries of their resources and taken them for themselves and left the people of those countries in this poverty. And here in America, they did that for the last time in 1913. They took control of our monetary system against our Constitution. How'd they do that? Easy. Traitors. Woodrow Wilson. They put him into office as the president, and in 3 days, he signed the Federal Reserve Act, turning all of our money over to a private bank, which called themselves Federal Reserve. How cute, huh? It has nothing to do with anything federal. Nothing to do with the government. They just use that word to fool the American people. Okay, so they started printing our money, their money. It's not our money at all, it's theirs. And they lent it to our government. And that's what they've been doing all these years, since 1913, lending our government money and charging us interest. So again, our government had to go against the Constitution and create the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, and tax us income tax, which I think is the worst tax that you can tax people. Okay, so in order to pay that interest, we have to cough up money that we go out and work hard for to pay this private bank as they laugh behind our backs. Okay, and they control us. And they control the corporate media because it's corporate. The mainstream media is all owned by the central bankers. So they can put all the propaganda through those outlets and tell us anything they want to, and people are going to believe it, right? Oh, it's on the news. It's got to be true. You know how Trump always comes out and says, hey, it's fake news. Okay? He's telling you the truth. And we know it. Okay? It doesn't take much to do some research and figure that out for yourself if you want to. But you've been lied to. We've all been lied to. And my whole life, I've grown up in that scarcity type mindset. Okay. Even though I had a good education on the central banking system, that's another whole story. When I look back at it, it was like, what the heck? How did that happen? But my mom was passionate about that system, and that's a long story. But the point is, I knew about it, but there was nothing we could do. Okay, Kennedy tried to, and he was doing a really good job. It was still, the timing was still good when John F. Kennedy was president, and he was doing a lot of things. He didn't want to go to war in Vietnam. He didn't want to send our soldiers over there for no bloody reason at all, because he knew it was all central banking system set up. And he was trying to stop that. He was trying to bring all silver to the monetary system and change the monetary system and take the money back from the central bankers. They weren't going to let him, and they didn't. Okay, so we know what happened to him. And it wasn't supposed to even happen whatsoever, because Nixon was supposed to be president. Who was John F. Kennedy when they ran? He was a nobody. Richard Nixon was the shoo-in to be president, and that was their man. But when John F. Kennedy won, just barely, and Nixon went a little bit nuts. But anyway, after Lyndon Johnson, Nixon had his chance again, right? And then John F. Kennedy's brother stepped in and started running to win the Democratic nomination to go up against Nixon. And Nixon wasn't going to let that happen. No way. So we know what happened to Robert. Now, of course, when Nixon became president, he took us off the gold completely. All right. So we haven't had a president except Reagan since John F. Kennedy, all the way back to William Taft, before Woodrow Wilson beat him, because the central bankers approached Teddy Roosevelt, who was president before William Taft, and said, run against Taft and draw those votes away so our man Woodrow Wilson can win, because Wilson didn't stand a chance until Teddy Roosevelt said, yeah, I'll do that, especially when they offered him so much money. Okay, so Trump. Here's a guy, he's a businessman, he's a billionaire, and he's not part of the central banking system. Not at all. So we put him into office. And we've had a plan, and the plan is moving forward. And Trump is a master of the deal. He's a master of the whole thing. And he has unbelievably intelligent people that are backing him. And he plays it really well. Now, I realize I switched over to politics here, but politics and money are intertwined. Here's the importance of the billion coin in all of this. Now, with Trump, he is going to try to hang on, and he's going to hang on to the narrative. When this system crashes, which is not our economy, okay, the news will tell you, yeah, you know, it's your economy, and Trump destroyed it. Well, they're the ones that destroyed it. Of course, Trump has to bring it down too. It has to get destroyed so that he could put a new one in. We can't stay on the central banking system's economic slavery system, debt-based system. We can't do it anymore. And the people of the world, all the patriots of the world, in whatever country they're in, see that now because of technology. The world has become very small. They're waking up. Okay, so the central bankers are just freaking out. Okay, they demonized cryptocurrency. Period. There was a guy that came out over there at the Bank of International Settlements. That is the main headquarters of the central banking system, not the Federal Reserve here. Even though the Federal Reserve is basically its home base here in America. There is that one bank that is in control of it all over there in Switzerland called the Bank of International Settlements. This guy came out just 2 days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, and he just demonized cryptocurrency. He was so against it. He was telling us it was fake, it was phony, it was made out of nothing. I mean, everything that they do with their money, which is not money, it's just currency, fiat, worthless currency. They were telling that that's what cryptocurrency is. Don't get involved. They don't know what they're doing. You're going to get scammed. It's worthless. You're going to get hurt. Stay with us. We know what we're doing. Blah, 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 blah. That's how panicking they are. It was just ridiculous to listen to this guy. Unbelievable. Because you've never heard anything like that before coming from them. They've never been scared like that. Okay? So we know it's going to happen. So how does the billion coin fit in with all these cryptocurrencies? Well, again, it's abundance based, and it's a solution to every problem financially in the world, unlike all the other coins on a market. They can be options to protect your wealth, but they can never be a solution. Once they're on the market, they can never be a solution, because whoever has the most money can buy up those coins. Now, in the future, things could change. Okay, but I'm talking about right now in the present and what we're doing. And I'm asking you, if you're new, to take a look at joining our community. If you have no problem with the world being completely abundant, everybody having food, everybody having clear, fresh, pure water everywhere, everyone can have whatever they want, live in whatever kind of house they want, have indoor, outdoor plumbing, okay, toilets in their house that flush, everywhere in the world. Any kind of clothes they want to wear, any kind of car they want to drive, anything they want. It changes everything. I mean, I could go on for 3 hours in all the different changes it can do. Okay? We see what's going on just here in America with families, with couples, both having to work in order to survive on their own. If they have kids, oh my gosh. You know how much money it takes to raise 2 or 3 kids plus the 2 adults? They're both working, and which means their kids are in somebody else's care all day long. They don't have a choice. And guess what? The way the system's rigged, America is over $70 trillion in debt. And it includes the 22 trillion that the government's in debt, but then it includes all the people's debt. Car loans, house mortgages, student loans. You know what I'm talking about? That's right. We're 70 trillion in debt. If we include the whole world, we're like 247 trillion in debt. The whole world is to the central bankers. It's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. So things are going to change, but here we have the billion coin, which is separate from everything. It's our own coin. It will bring abundance on its own. In spite of what everybody else does, it's fine. If they bring out gold-backed currency, we want it, right? If they bring out another abundance-based coin, we'll take it. The more real money, the better it is for humanity. Okay? Because we will spend it wisely, very wisely. Instead of giving people $10 an hour to work at McDonald's, if we own that McDonald's, we'll pay them $100 an hour. It will be no problem. One person will be able to take care of a family of 5 in a normal job. When was the last time we saw that? Okay, so we want you to start thinking about this, because these are the times it's happening. It's not going away. The internet came out. It never went away. It just got better, right? Blockchain technology has arrived way back in 2009. It's not going anywhere. It has only improved. So we're heading there no matter what. And we are going to grow, and we're going to blow past Bitcoin in the sense of how many people are using that coin. Guess how many people are using that coin? 12 million, approximately. There's no real way to know exactly, okay, because it is completely decentralized. But through the trading exchanges, we can get a good idea. There's about 12 million people using it. We have already 3.3 million after only 2 years. We're going to explode so fast now that we've got this new blockchain platform. And people are becoming aware of abundance-based coins, even though we're the only one. There's another one coming out next year. And it will be successful because I know the person behind the company has already been incredibly successful with what he's done. Okay. So their formula algorithm is, instead of basing theirs on an individual human, they're basing theirs on a purchase of their coin. Every time someone makes a purchase, the price and the value of that coin goes up just a pinch. And the next person has to buy it at that little bit higher price. And the next person, a little bit higher price. Next person, you see that coin always goes up. It can never go down. And because you can divide a coin into 100 million, those little pinches won't hurt. People will just keep buying and buying and buying and get into this abundance-based coin. When it comes out, and supposedly it's going to come out in April of next year. We welcome it 100% because, like I said, the more of those types of coins, the better for the entire world. We are trying to bring the world out of the misery of poverty. And we're going to get it done. And we're just asking you to help because we have to get those coins in your hands. Now, how do we get a coin that's so expensive into your hand? Easy. We give it away. Okay. Not us as members can give any coins that we own in our wallets away. We cannot even sell them at a discount. Whatever the price is, and the price goes up every day, right? Because thousands of people join every day and raises the price up. So every day the price increases. We cannot sell the Kringles at yesterday's price. We have to sell it at today's. Otherwise, we're discounting the coin, which will just destroy the coin. Okay, so we have to have this control over the wallets. This prevents that from happening, and also prevents the rich, those central bankers, those 2,200 billionaires. Out of 7.6 billion people, we only have 2,200 billionaires in the world. That's the problem with this world. Our first goal is to get 1 million billionaires. Okay, and we're going to get that accomplished. Now, why don't we have it already since we have 3 million members? Is because most of those 3 million members came in just to get the gift for free, and then they didn't really give it any value because it was free. And they didn't stay involved in our community. They didn't really realize what our community and mission was and help us spread the word. So they just kind of walked away. And so that's why we had to charge $10. We had to charge something. We thought about $5. People might just still not give it enough value. But we got to keep it down low, right? Because we have this mission of eliminating poverty, not creating poverty, right? And we're not after your money. We want to give you our money. So $10 sounded perfect to us. And as far as I'm concerned, it is perfect. Okay. And we are seeing, again, people having no problem with that because now we've got our mission statement that they have to read. You will have to read. All of us who were already involved had to read that and answer it correctly. In order just to switch our, wallets over from the old wallet and the old, blockchain platform over into the new system. So it's fascinating. It's great. It's awesome. It's genius. But that's what we expect from our admin because they are all geniuses. They have to be. In 2 years, that's all we've done is just make things better and better. It was a 5-year program to eliminate poverty when it started. We are not only on schedule, I believe personally that we're a little bit ahead of schedule in spite of, the technical slowdown we had last year. It didn't even phase us in reality, in the big picture. So in 2 to 3 years, if it does take a whole 3 more years, I believe we can do it in 2 years, no problem. The masses are starting to pour into cryptocurrency like you wouldn't believe, just like they did with the internet by the mid-90s, 95, 96, 97. Oh my gosh. They were just pouring in. And it matured at 2000, and it just went nuts, right? Then the search engines came out, the social medias came out, and you see where we're at 18 years later. Okay, that's where we're at right now with cryptocurrency. The masses of the world are coming in. And all those coins that were put on a trading market, the ship has left the dock. Some of the ships have left the bay. Okay. They're out there. Okay. You can't get on board anymore and get those coins at a tenth of a penny. It's not going to happen. But if you're involved in these ICOs where people are creating new coins, and these ICOs are considered securities, so these people are having to go to the Securities and Exchange Commission and fill out all the forms for an initial coin offering, because people will invest in that and expect a return, and they will get a return as soon as it goes on the market. But after it goes on the market, it's no longer a security. That coin is now money. But it's not in anybody's control. There can be no mission behind that coin if it goes on the market. Okay, so our ship is still at dock. 2 years later, it's still right there. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere until we get our first billion people. That is the magic of our coin. We can approach a merchant or any business person, retail, whatever, and say, listen, if you accept our coin, it's not going to go down tomorrow like Bitcoin might. You're accepting Bitcoin, right? And yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. And we don't get too many Bitcoin, buyers here, but I just take that coin, I throw it in the wallet, and I just leave it alone, because I know over time, like 12 months from now, that coin's going to be worth 3-4 times more, right? It's always going to go up in price because of supply and demand. So they're just hanging on to it, and they're very lucky, because if they can collect Bitcoin like that a little bit without having to actually go out and purchase it with their own money, but at basically whatever the price is that they bought their products and are selling it for, a profit in fiat, they're going to get that same amount of Bitcoin. I'd like to just start a business just to accept Bitcoin. Okay, so you get where I'm going here. If we approach merchants and say that coin of ours, the billion coin, Kringle coin, it's not going to go down tomorrow, it's going to go up. And they're going to say, what? Because that's what they do say. So that's why we do have merchants and retailers and service providers out there taking the billion coin and Kringle coin, Kringle coin, and they're accepting it. Now, can they use it the next day? We don't have a big enough economy where they can turn around and ask their suppliers, their distributors, will you accept the billion coin? That's another step. Obviously, there are maybe a few distributors who are accepting Bitcoin right now in that small economy they have of 12 million people. But I haven't investigated that or researched it, so I don't know. But we do all know that there are people out there that are businesses that are accepting Bitcoin. Okay, and they're also accepting the billion coin or Kringle coin. Okay, just like the other ones are accepting Satoshi. Okay, so we have a whole lot more to offer. Plus, we are giving the coin away. Again, not us, but the admin with all the coins he has. Doesn't do him any good. We say him. We have to call him him. He calls himself Chris Kringle because he's Santa Claus. He gives the coin out. It's a free gift, right? Like I said, you come in, you join, and you decide you like what you see, and then you pay your $10 to get your back office. And then he throws in cookie rewards. That's what he calls them, cookie rewards. It's just a point system, but it equals the exact same value of Kringle coins. It's worth $2,100 as soon as you redeem it for Kringles. That will go into your wallet. And we have a redemption month every 5 months. Okay, we just had our second redemption month in May. Our next one's November. The whole month of November, there will be a little green, whatever you call it, button. And there, it will just show up November 1st for you to redeem your cookies. You'll just click that and boom, your cookies will disappear. Your cookie points, no matter how many you've got, and they'll show up in your wallet as real Kringle. You'll be immediately able to spend those coins. This is how the system works, and it's genius. Okay, we have learned from every little mistake we have made over the last 2 years, and we are just getting better and better. So how is he giving the coin away? when the coin's worth what did I say? $8.2 million a coin. How is he giving you a full coin away? Well, this is how he's doing it. When you come in, you get your free gift of $2,100 worth, right, of cookies that you can redeem in November. Now, the next thing you want to do, or you can do, you have an option here. You can go to me or any trusted seller that has enough coins in their wallet, a member of our community, that they can sell you some. It's not going to hurt their bottom end. Okay, and purchase $100 minimum of Kringles at that current daily price. Those Kringles will go right into your wallet, but it's just $100 worth, right? So it's not like you could turn around and sell those to your loved ones. Okay, you just hang on to them. Okay, and you get what you get when you do that is you'll get all these cookie points and you'll be able to redeem in November. How many? Well, if you come in and you do a broadcast like I'm doing here on YouTube, and we will show you and walk you through how to do that. It's really easy. If you will do one for just 20 minutes to a half hour, talk about Bitcoin. Talk about the billion coin. Talk about Kringles. Tell people what the difference is. We have blogs that you can just read that come from the admin. You can read a blog and say, oh my gosh, that has great information. I'm just going to read that off on a live broadcast. If you just do one of those and then purchase your $100 of Kringles, admin will put the value of cookie rewards to one full coin, one full billion coin that is currently worth $8.2 million. He'll just give that to you in cookies, and then you'll redeem it for that full coin in November. So for $100, well, $110, you can leverage that into what? $8.2 million worth of Kringles right then when you do it. And that price is always going up. Okay. So 8.2 million, right? That will eventually top out at 2.8 billion, 2.6 billion if the price of gold stays the same in 2 years from now. So if you just spend $100, you can leverage that into a billionaire. You've never seen that before because the technology hasn't been here. It's never been here. So we've never comprehended this is what life is really all about. We've been slaves to someone else's monetary system, a debt-based monetary system. And we haven't known how to do anything about it until now. The world is going to change. We want you to help us get that coin out. We want you to get involved. Now, if you don't do a broadcast, let's say I don't want to put my face on YouTube. Okay. So if I spend $100, what will I get? Well, you'll get the equivalent of $8,200 worth of Kringles. So you'll turn your $100 into 8,000. Well, your 110 into $8,200. That's an amazing leverage right there. And you can do that as many times as you want. You can spend another $100 and get another $8,200 worth of Kringles come November, right? But they'll be put as cookie rewards immediately, instantly. As soon as you make that purchase, it shows up and it's validated on both ends of the blockchain. Boom, admin sees that because it's a ledger, and he'll put those cookies in your office. Okay, here we just got through done with May redeeming. I redeemed a ton of cookies into Kringles, and I've already got a ton of new cookie rewards already in just what, a month? Not even a month and a half. Okay, I've got a ton of cookies already from just doing things like these broadcasts. He's rewarding me. He's rewarding all of us who do broadcasts, just giving us coins. You do a broadcast, I'll give you a coin. Well, I'll give you cookie rewards, okay? That will be worth it will be worth it for you. He's motivating us, not that we needed motivation because he didn't start out that way. He just said, "Hey guys, I need you to volunteer to do broadcasts on YouTube to get the word out." Oh yeah, I'm in because I'm so passionate about the coin and so passionate about getting rid of poverty in the world. And then it was like a month later, he came out, guys, we need more. So I've decided to give you ones that have just volunteered to do it. I've decided to give you cookie rewards. This is how many cookie rewards I'm going to give you every single day that you do a broadcast. And maybe that will motivate and light a fire under some of these other people in our community. And it certainly did. Okay. It certainly did. And he just does things like that. I mean, it's a team, like I said, but we just call him him. He does things like that because it doesn't do him any good to have those coins in his wallet. We are trying to use Kringles as money. We're not trying, we're already doing it, but we need to get to 1 billion people so that we have a full world economy in Kringles. No matter what other monetary systems are being used, we want Kringles to be one of them. And we're pretty sure that we're going to be the one that eliminates poverty because there's just nobody controlling our monetary system. Which is another thing I should mention. When we do get to our first 1 billion members, the admin will decentralize the wallet system. There'll be no point in them controlling the wallets anymore, right? We would have accomplished our mission. So that's just to let you know that we are the real deal. So, can you become a billionaire? Yeah, you can become a billionaire if you're willing to do a broadcast. That's the easiest thing to do. Come on. You can come and talk. I've already been talking for an hour and 5 minutes. You don't have to. I just love to talk about the billion coin. I'm passionate about it. But seriously, you could do 20 minutes to a half hour. And that's enough, for him to, and we'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to do it. Everything. Okay. You will not be on your own. We'll even do one with you if we need to. It's so easy. Okay. But if you just absolutely don't want to show your face for some reason on a broadcast, you just absolutely have no time whatsoever to do a broadcast, to jump in your car and get on your phone and do a broadcast, whatever the reason may be, then you can still become very, very wealthy if you have $100 here and there to spend and get some Kringles. Yes, it'll be 1,000 times less than what you can do if you do a 20 to 30-minute broadcast. It'll be 1,000 times less, but at least you'll never see leverage like that. $110, and you could get $8,200 worth put into your account. And every time you spend 100, you'll get another 8,200. Or you can do a broadcast. And then every time you spend $100 after that, you'll get our current value of $8,200,000. That's how it works. Yeah. Okay. That'll be a full coin, which will top out at today's price of gold, $2.6 billion for just that one coin. If you spend $200, you'll get 2 coins. Either way, you'll be a multi-billionaire, with just one coin. So, can you imagine what merchants are going to do? Let me just give you that picture. If you've got a business and you're watching this for the first time, or you know somebody that's got a business, okay, and they accept $100 worth of Kringles for their product instead of US dollars. If they accept $100 and they've sold you what is valued at $100, but you've given them $100 worth of Kringle, they qualify for those cookies that will immediately give them 8,000. What did I say? 8,200 dollars. right then and there, and that price will go up to probably 300,000 by the time we max out in 2 years from now or 3 years from now. It takes us 3 years. So they could sell you something that maybe they bought for 25 bucks and they're selling it for 100. I don't know. Let's just use it as an example. They've spent $25. They've sold it to you now. They've taken your Kringles. It's in their, well, they've taken your Kringles. They've got $100 worth of Kringles in their account, right? But they have enough cookie reward points in their back office now that they can redeem in November for, if they didn't go out and do a broadcast, for at least $8,200 per $100 they accept. Not only that, but then when they say, well, geez, this is all brand new. How many members you got? Can I get more customers? I'll even do a broadcast because it's crazy. I can get a full coin for every $100 worth of product I sell in Kringles, which only cost me $25 in cash. I could do quite a number of those. Okay. This is what the light will go on or the light won't go on when it comes to business people. But that's what we have to offer. Abundance. Will you accept abundance? That's all we're asking. If you will accept it, we will give it to you. It's that plain and simple. Do you want to accept abundance? We will give it to you. Okay? And you will want it. We're only going to charge you $10. You can get a free gift and just do never anything ever again. At $2,100, who knows what that would grow into. Okay? But it would grow into a whole lot more than 2,100 by the time we get to 1 billion people, right? I mean, if we grew by 30 times again this year, it would take us from 3 million to 90 million. That's 7 times more than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's community, if you want to call it a community. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's going to be using our coin. It's just a matter of time. The billion coin, TBC, will be a household name in just a matter of time. Okay, so that's about it. Let me find out if we have any questions. So that's about it. Let me find out if we have any questions. Okay. I'm reading Jessica's post to see if there's really any question that she hasn't answered herself already. Reading Jessica's post to see if there's really a question that she hasn't answered herself already. Thank you, Christina. That is absolutely true. Syringe, exactly. Together, we have so much power, it's not even funny. We, the people, right? Right, Syringe? We, the people. That's what our Constitution and our Declaration of Independence is built on. We, the people. Right, Syringe? We, the people. That's what our Constitution. That's right, Christina. The Philippines are cranking. That's right, Christina. The Philippines are cranking. No, Jessica. She asked, so it's true that abundance is only for those who gets to sell TBC for cash? No. Okay. You can purchase $100 yourself, Jessica. And if you do a live broadcast, you will get a full coin for just $100. You'll get a coin that's currently worth $8.2 million and will be worth 2.6 billion when we max out, if the price of gold stays the same as it is today. Okay. And let's see. Let me see what she says here. Okay. Now, if abundance to you is a few $100,000, then you can get that just based on the gift that we're going to give away. And if you tell some people, it's not going to cost you anything to tell people, and you bring them in, you know, admin will give you cookie rewards, and you can get more that way. You don't have to spend anything over $10 to be a part of our group and to really gain abundance. It's just that there'll be people who are half a millionaires, people who are millionaires with 1 million, people who are multimillionaires, people who are a billionaire because they've got one coin, and then people will be multi-billionaires. Okay, so that's the way it will be, but it will be as even as we can make it. There'll be no few people that will have all the wealth like the system is that the world is running on today. It will not be like that whatsoever. So look at it that way. Stay positive because we are going to get this done. And if you're new to our community, just stay involved. Read the blog. It's at thebillioncoin.info. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, come on again tomorrow. Ask questions if you have more questions. And if you have an actual question, you know, type it out in all caps, and it will really stand out, and it will help me to go through these posts much faster. Thank you, all you guys, for participating and for your positive comments. Okay, let me get back and see if there's anything else I need to touch on. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, for now, for today. What is today? Today's Friday the 13th. Lucky day, right? Okay, tomorrow I am scheduled already. Tomorrow, Saturday, on this side of the world, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard, well, Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Okay. Same place, same channel, same whatever. I'll be here tomorrow, God willing. Okay, so thank you guys. I love you all. And I hope that I gave you some information that you can turn around and start to tell other people about some of those points. Okay, because we are so different. And we are literally making abundance available to anybody who wants it. Okay, and there's no catches. There really is no catch. I mean, there's a little catch. Well, yeah, if you want a little more, there's a catch. You can do a broadcast. We're not going to force you. Okay, if you don't want to do a live broadcast on YouTube, you don't have to. You'll get a little bit less, but that's okay, right? You'll still become abundant. Do what you can, and you will be completely abundant. Okay, if you just accept a gift and that's all you do, then you'll, like I said, it should top out at around $300,000, and maybe more. I haven't looked to see what that. But here's one way you can look: take $2,100 on a calculator and double it by 8 times, because that's what we need to do, is double our membership 8 more times before we hit our first billion. Right? We're at 3 million right now. We need to double 8 more times, and we'll be at our billion. So just do that with $2,100, double it 8 more times, and that's what you'll have in 2 to 3 years when we are done valuing our coin, when we have our first billion people. And that's what you'll have if you just come in and spend $10 and join our community and root for us, and go tell your family and all your loved ones, hey, check this out. You can get $2,100 that's going to turn into this in 2 or 3 years, and you don't have to do anything except spend $10 to get your back office and your free wallet so you can use it for a lifetime. And see how many of your loved ones will get involved. They will. Okay, because if you can talk by watching us talk, listening to us talk, you'll be able to talk the talk because you'll believe in it yourself. That's the power of just the gift. Now, if you want to do more and get more coins, then we're making it really, really, really easy. Or should I say easy and or cheap. Okay, $100, yes, may be a lot for a lot of people, especially in those developing countries. But it's amazing what will happen and who's coming up with it. Because when they realize that they can leverage $100, even if they have to sell something, into multi-billion, 2 point something billion. And if the price of gold goes up, it could be 3 billion. When they realize they can do that with $100, they're going to come up with $100. It's all a matter of their belief. Okay. But we're 2 years old. We're only getting better. We're not asking anybody for money. Okay. Seriously. The admin's not. He doesn't sell any coins. He gives them away. Now, is that a scam? No, it's not. If you want to buy coins with fiat currency, you can come to me. I'll accept fiat currency, although I'll just turn around and buy Bitcoin with it. Okay. But I'll also accept Bitcoin. I'll accept Litecoin. I'll accept Ethereum. Okay. Because I have a separate wallet for that. But I'll still take your fiat currency because, you know, when the system does crash, inflation is going to be the first thing we see, massive inflation. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of cash on hand, right? Because when bread goes up to 15 bucks a loaf, I'll be able to go buy a loaf of bread. Look at it that way. I'm just talking, okay? But you'll know by the more you study the billion coin and how we work, the more you're going to realize it's real. And you're either going to be a part of that wealth, that abundance, that first billion people, or you won't. You'll sit on the sidelines and you'll work for us, which is fine because thousands and millions and zillions of people love to work. There's always going to be people that are going to be needed to work, and we'll pay them tons of money to do it. Not the kind of money they're making now. No, 100 times that amount, 10 times that amount, whatever it takes. Because we, the people, will be doing everything. We'll be building the roads, building the buildings, building the bridges, building the desalination plants, building the technology, building the cars, building everything we need. And everyone will have abundance. Okay, that's it for me for today. Thank you guys again. And I'll be here tomorrow, God willing, and we'll talk to you then. Have a great night or day wherever you're at. See you later.